Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 66th episode of the 100 Degrees podcast. I'm Patrick Ross, and today I'm on location in Peace River, Alberta. Behind me, you can see the iconic statue of the local legend 12-foot Davis. For some reason, I just about every time I think about this guy, I just about call him like 12-foot Jacob or 20-foot Jacob. It's not any of those things. It's 12-foot Davis. And he's kind of an interesting historical figure here in the Peace River in the Peace River region, because depending on where you go, like the story kind of seems to shift a little bit as to exactly who this guy was. So down here around Peace River, which is apparently where 12-foot Davis was actually from, he was kind of like this guy that he found like a 12-foot long area of riverbed that had a bunch of gold in it, and that was how he made his fortune. That's probably the historically accurate version of it. If you go further north to places like say High River, or sorry, pardon me, High Prairie, or High Level, excuse me, is actually what I meant to say all this time. And up there, they talk about this 12-foot Davis guy, but they up there they kind of talk about him like he was like literally a giant, like he was literally 12 feet tall. You go to their visitor center there in High Level, and they have like this. They have like these huge lawn chairs that you can go sit in, and they tell people apparently that those were 12-foot Davis's lawn chairs. So he kind of ranges from just being this, this kind of minor historical figure, to basically almost being like a comic book character. And if by any chance you happen to be like a descendant of this 12-foot Davis guy, I kind of wonder exactly how a person might feel about that. But in any event, so behind me you can see the 12-foot Davis statue. I'm going to treat him like he's I'm going to treat him like he's a co-host today. And he's just he's not going to. I don't think he's going to say much though. I think he's kind of camera shy. That's too bad if true. But I guess we'll see if that's the case as we proceed. So as we proceed, I want to talk first and foremost, of course, as I always do, about what's going on with the Edmonton Oilers. And of course, we're excited, obviously, because we're about to go, we're literally about to kick off the Western Conference Final once again against the once hated, maybe even still hated, but at the very least once hated, fierce rival, the Dallas Stars, the bane of the existence of the 90s and 2000s era Oiler fan. Played them at this point. God knows how many times I've played them in the playoffs, only beaten them twice. But only one of those playoff series has ever been for an actual honest-to-God championship, a Western Conference championship. That was last year, and we beat them. So hopefully we can repeat that feat this year. But as much as I would love to say something about that series, I kind of feel like right now just really is not the time to be talking about a playoff series. We have bigger and more important and honestly worse things happening, in the Oilers fan community that they demand attention. And I am just going to come out and say it. I'm sick of seeing these videos online of Oilers fans fighting with each other, either at games, as we saw at one of the games against the Las Vegas Golden Knights, or fighting each other at the viewing parties downtown at Rogers Place in the fan park there, or seeing Oilers fans fighting each other on the street after the games. I'm not going to mince any words here. What the fuck do you little pricks think that you're doing? Literally, what the fuck is wrong with you? That we have this fantastic moment where this team is arguably on the very cusp of winning a Stanley Cup. We are back in the Final Four for the third time in 4 years. And we have a very good chance. We have an excellent chance to get past Dallas, go to that final series and win the Stanley Cup. And this is how you're spending this moment. Fighting other fans in the streets. What the fuck? I have been witness to a lot of moments as an Edmonton Oilers fan that I haven't cared for. I've been witness to a lot of moments that I thought were pretty grotesque. When Chris Pronger left the team, obviously a lot of people were mad about it. But going down to the place where he had rented his furniture from, in hindsight, obviously renting your furniture, not the best sign for how long you plan to stay with the team. Scene. But to go down and actually rent the crib where this guy's baby had slept while he was playing in the city of Edmonton, and to burn this, to take this, just to buy it from the rental place, just to take it out and burn it. To burn the crib where this guy's baby had slept. That's sick. That is kind of sickening. That's almost getting into like Kane Dewey territory. For anybody who's familiar with that reference. I'm not going to explain it at length here, but I've seen a lot of things as an Oilers fan from other fans that I don't like. But Jesus Christ, you little dipshits who are ruining this fucking moment for yourselves, for just about every other fan that has to witness this fucking bizarre spectacle that you little retards are making of yourself. I could not possibly have any less contempt for it. And some of the things I've seen specifically, like, oh my god, like the video of the of the white kid beating on some bigger, fatter other white guy, dropping N-bombs on him, when both of these people are literally whiter than my ass, which has never, in its entire existence, seen so much as a ray of sunshine. And you're dropping N-bombs while jumping this guy. What the fuck? Like, you stupid little pricks. You're ruining. You're really fucking with me now. Because I feel like I have to talk about this. And now the language that I just literally I can't hold it back. Now you guys are fucking with my YouTube algorithm now. I'm the only person that should ever be able to fuck with my own YouTube algorithm. God knows I do enough of it on my own, but now you stupid little fucks are doing it. And let me tell you something, if I happen to wander down, if I happen to make it down around there at any point during this playoff run, and I see any of you little dipshits fucking fighting with each other after the game, I'm taking you all out. You could take that. You could sit there. You could take that as a threat. It's like, oh, I am gonna. I just got to take a second and calm down here, because this is not what this moment is for. That's not why the Edmonton Oilers are putting on these viewing parties. So that a bunch of little dipshits can go start fights with each other. You can go get drunk and jump each other. That's not what any of this is for. This is supposed to be a moment for the fans to come together, in some unity with each other, and just enjoy this moment together, to celebrate this moment together. To unite around this team, win, lose, or draw, and just be together as fans and share something in common for once. And these stupid little dipshits are running around making us all, quite frankly, look like a bunch of jackasses. Like, I can't fucking stand it. It's actually got me uttering threats on the fucking internet. For God's sake, you stupid little pricks. And there's another thing that I really don't I just have no patience for as it regards this topic. We see these videos popping up on the Yegwave, the Yegwave Twitter account, and now people are getting on their case. It's like, oh, well, why are you showing this? Why are you showing these videos? You make us look so bad. It's like, no. It's people are filming these things, putting it up on the internet, and this guy gets it and he redistributes it. Okay, maybe not the most maybe not the most dignified response to this, but I mean, all they're doing is letting people see what's actually going on. That's not their fault. It's the fault of these little dumb fucks that are going out and starting these fucking fights. I got no clue what the hell any of this could even possibly be about. Like, we're all supposed to be friends. We're all supposed to be fans. And this is actually something that should probably make us all friends. For at least the duration of that game, a couple hours before the game, a couple hours after the game, we can't all just unite around this thing, be friends with each other, and get along. So I got to tell you something. You know, I don't find public gatherings like this to be anything like this in, say, Calgary. You know, I went to the Calgary Stampede first time a couple years ago, and it was absolutely like all of the different things you can think of that maybe some of these things might have stemmed from. They just don't seem to crystallize that way when I'm in Calgary. You know, I was in Calgary wandering around in Nashville North. You know, 3 or 4 times you bump into a guy carrying a drink and he spills a little bit on you. You laugh and you shake hands. Because let's face it, you're not really having fun until somebody spills a drink. At least that's the way that I look at it. So, what are we doing here? And if you're somebody who was watching these videos, who was present at these scraps, and you are doing absolutely anything other than breaking them up, like breaking them up and then kicking these little pricks the fuck out of there, then you are every bit as much a disgrace to this fandom as the people that are doing this. So a lot of people out there need to give some serious rethinking to what exactly it is that they're doing at this moment. And as it pertains to the management of the team, there is talk that maybe the management of the team, maybe they're not going to have some of these events in the way that they've been having them. I understand that the TV broadcasters, they do like these things because they love those outdoor shots of the huge just throngs of fans, like as far as the eye can see, just jumping up and down, celebrating that the team scores, and then of course, you know, maybe not looking so happy if the team happens to lose. We see footage of each during these broadcasts. But now it's getting to the point where there's a public safety issue attached to this. They might not have any choice other than to shut this whole thing down. They've done that before. You know, they did that during the 2006 Stanley Cup run when idiots were destroying White Ave. You know, it's like, oh, the team won. Let's celebrate by destroying property. Let's destroy the city in celebration of our sports team's win. But they shut it down then. They very well could shut it down now. I kind of hope that they don't rush that, but I also do hope that maybe they've got some people working on this particular issue. And I think there is one solution that they should try before they get to shutting everything down. And they should just do some sleuthing. Like, God knows that the internet does tend to be pretty good at these things. So identify these people and then issue them lifetime bans at the arena. Like, there's precedence for this. You know, I don't know how many people that are watching this have also watched Welcome to Wrexham. But in the first season of Welcome to Wrexham, there is a story in there about this guy that has drawn a lifetime ban at the soccer stadium in Wrexham. You know, for basically being a soccer hooligan. And it's kind of a sad story because the guy still buys season tickets every year, just hoping that maybe this is going to be the year that he can convince them to reverse the ban. And he promises every year, he promises them that he's going to be a good boy from now on, and he hopes that this is going to be the year they reverse the ban, but they just keep telling him, it's like, nope, you know, not this time. Life means life. You know, at least this year, life means life. And this guy actually had a girlfriend that, like, she had basically been all but hired by the Wrexham police service. And I think that if I remember right, they were going to train her to be a detective or a forensic specialist or something like that. It was going to be a very, very good job, very good opportunity for her. And that whole thing just went up in smoke for her because she was dating this guy that was banned for life for being a soccer hooligan, banned for life from the stadium at Wrexham. Kind of a sad story, but you know what? It sets an example. And I think that the Oilers Entertainment Group needs to set an example of all of these little pricks that are going out and causing these problems. And I don't think that that's a message that is necessarily going to resonate with all of them, because they are stupid little pricks. But at the same time, it might resonate with some of them. And that's at least a start. And from there, if you have to go and shut down the whole thing and ruin everybody's fun, well, this might be an instance where that sort of thing actually applies, is actually fitting. It sucks. It's not my fault. If you're watching this, hopefully it's not your fault. And if it is your fault, then fuck you. But if that's the solution that these little dumb fucks force the Edmonton Oilers to take, well, then that's what they forced. It really pisses me off to actually feel like the right thing to do is to take sides with something like that. And what? Because a bunch of little fucking high school, a bunch of wet-nosed little pukes, barely out of high school, can't fucking contain themselves and fucking behave themselves like actual members of a civilization. And I'm sorry to all the people that are going to these things and are conducting themselves like actual members of a civilization, because you deserve to be able to continue doing those things. A lot of you people that are doing that, I would even dare say that most of you represent the best things about this fan base. And you shouldn't have that taken from you because of the behavior of a bunch of little... But I feel like it's going to happen. And I feel like it might actually, in terms of public safety, I think that maybe that might be the right thing if it comes to it. And I fucking hate it. So for any of you little pricks that are listening to this, fucking stop doing it. Just fucking stop.